truly getting to know me in a way that's very natural, very pure, very normal. Like, also like just the way that he could make me laugh so immediately about normal things. Like Travis is like, which is a big if. This is sort of what I've been writing songs about wanting to happen to me since I was a teenager. He's just a vibe booster in everyone's life that he's in. He's like a human exclamation point. Like, you know, he's like when you take a picture on your phone and you put you push the enhance color button. Yeah. That's like what you do to everyone's life.
That's why when I text, I'm always...
Taylor Swift just dropped a bombshell, but not in a song, in a podcast. Her very first podcast appearance with Travis Kelce had fans expecting playful banter, but instead she teased a brand new album, dropping on October 3rd, just 2 days before Travis's birthday. Coincidence? Not if you know Taylor's obsession with lucky numbers and secret patterns.
How do you go about like knowing how to do an Easter egg? I don't even know, like, where does that process start? Are you like...
Well, I have some parameters.
What is the art of the Easter egg?
The art of the Easter egg is that there's do's and don'ts, right? Like, I'm never going to plant an Easter egg, you know, putting so much into the tour or a music video or events or activities for them to do or Easter eggs or little puzzles for them to solve. Like, it's gotten to the point where it's just like, it's a little bit, people are like, the Easter eggs thing is getting a little Zodiac killer. I'm always trying to figure out how to make music into more of an event, right? How do we make it romantic? How do we make it something that people experience together? And, you know, that's why I love vinyl. That's why I love...
So, what hidden message is she planting here? And could it be aimed at Blake Lively? Let's unpack the Easter eggs Swifties are already scrambling to solve. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now, back to the video. Everyone thought Taylor would just bat her eyelashes at Travis on this podcast and maybe toss in a few corny jokes about football. But no, out of nowhere, she drops the phrase, every Swiftie's brain has been trained to explode over new album.
Something that you don't know I'm saying for a specific reason that you'll hear later and you'll go back and be like, oh my God. Like, I think my favorite that ties back to my personal life, it's always going to be towards music or a musical, something I'm coming up with, something I have coming up, a plan I have coming together. And I put so many lyrical Easter eggs in that speech that when the Midnights album came out after that, the fans were like, the whole speech was an Easter egg.
And not just a vague someday soon hint, but with a release date set in stone. That single line set the internet into chaos faster than Travis Kelce can miss a block. The shock wasn't only about the project itself. It was about the fact that she announced it here, in this one podcast, which is a seat she's never taken before. Taylor has kept away from podcast culture as if someone told her Spotify microphones were cursed. Meanwhile, every actor, comedian, athlete, and YouTube star runs their own show by now, talking about their pets, their breakfast, their therapy sessions, whatever. So Taylor suddenly stepping into that arena gave this drop way more weight than a random press release ever could. At first, fans scratched their heads wondering if she simply got carried away while giggling through Travis's questions. It looked so casual, like one of those throwaway confessions she sometimes makes on stage. But then the Swiftie detectives pulled out their calendars. October 3rd isn't just any date. It conveniently adds up to one of Taylor's favorite numbers, thanks to her obsession with 13. Hardcore followers started pointing out the symmetry. Release on the 3rd, birthday of her very public boyfriend just 2 days later.
For real, like, honestly, just started
been a long time coming.
bawling my eyes out, and I'm just like, just weeping and kind of like unable. I was just like, really? Are you really? Yeah. And so sorry that it's literally been so long since this happened. It's every time I talk about it. She was like, you got your music. And I just like very dramatically hit the floor. What do you mean? And I'm like, get yourself together, get your together. Like, just go tell Travis in a normal way.
Yeah. And
I knock on the door. He's playing video games. And I'm trying to say it in a normal way. And I'm just like, Travis! just by their ability and their dexterity as musicians to be able to do that so convincingly, because there are actually there's the Taylor's version's one I kind of refer a lot of that stuff.
Suddenly, the announcement didn't look spur of the moment. It looked like a chess move. Taylor wasn't just plopping down a date because that was when vinyl shipments would arrive. She was setting up an entire puzzle. That's where the theories went wild. The community claims Taylor treats time like a riddle only she knows the answer to. Drop enough zeros and 13ths into the picture, and suddenly you have a narrative that makes critics look like they're punching the wrong keypad on an elevator. While tabloids argue whether her relationship is fake or not, she's 10 steps ahead, burying patterns so subtle it looks like advanced math homework. And Swifties eat that stuff up, because finding the link between song titles and key dates is almost a sport by itself. It makes critics appear like they're playing tic-tac-toe in kindergarten while she's solving Rubik's Cubes behind her sunglasses. Now, let's be fair. Taylor's not the only celebrity making headlines. Blake Lively has been attempting her own games in the press. The difference is, Blake's maneuvers look designed for damage control instead of long-term branding.
No, not necessarily. So what's going to happen now is that the judge was actually pretty reluctant, to kind of issue a Rule 3.6. And from your clarification, Jesse, during that commercial break, that was more so just about ethics. No, unfortunately for our viewers, there was no Justin Baldoni, there was no Blake Lively, there was no Ryan Reynolds or any other family members, as far as I could tell from being inside that courtroom.
What exactly happened with the protective order? The big conversation was whether or not Brian Friedman, or let alone any other attorneys, how much they can litigate this case in the public, what out-of-court statements can they make.
Every time a court filing or lawsuit splashes across gossip blogs, she suddenly pops up with a convenient photo spread or Instagram note. That's the kind of strategy that feels obvious. It's more cover-up than chessboard. Her timing comes across like scrambling, whereas Taylor's timing feels calculated to generate buzz before she even sings a note. Blake's moves end up reactive, where Taylor's feel like they were planned months in advance, sealed in one of those color-coded folders she famously keeps. And here's what makes this podcast drop significant. It wasn't just a line about an album. It was a new approach to chaos. Taylor understands gossip is a never-ending rainstorm. She decided to flip the umbrella and collect it instead of hiding underneath. By turning every shred of chatter into anticipation for music, she doesn't waste time arguing with trolls. She doesn't post endless rebuttals or heartfelt essays when tabloids twist her image. She simply funnels curiosity into hype, a method that works way better than fighting back. While other stars wrestle in the mud like they're auditioning for a bad reality show, she's busy planting breadcrumbs toward her tracklist. And speaking of that tracklist, fans are already whispering about the song titles. Some look suspiciously connected to Blake's messy headlines. Theories connect certain words to her family drama, her falling outs, even her online feuds. Whether those whispers are accurate or not doesn't even matter. That's speculation fuel.